Welcome to Wise Man's Dollar, a podcast for everyday working people who want to keep more of what they earn, make wiser decisions with their money, and build a legacy for the next generation. I'm Sunjata, and I'm so happy that you've joined me once again. In the last episode, I shared how I discovered what I call the all that asset, which is properly structured, dividend paying, whole life insurance. And today, I'm going to answer an important question. Why whole life insurance? Why does this specific tool work so well for what we're talking about? So let's jump right in. Here's the key idea. If you want to become your own banker, you need a place to store money that does three things. One, it grows. Two, you can access it. And three, it stays stable. Not many financial tools can do all three of those things at the same time. So let's talk about some of those other options and some of the problems with them and why they can't. So let's start with a traditional savings account. So it's safe. Okay, check. It's accessible. Check. But they generally don't grow. Most savings accounts at your conventional banks offer 0% or a very, very low percent, 1% or point something, zero something percent on just a regular savings account. Let's talk about investments like stock and crypto. Okay, do they grow? Sure. But is it stable? No, not all the time. And is it accessible? No, because if you pull your money out, then it can no longer work for you. And let's talk about real estate. Can it grow? Yeah. But is it liquid? No, because your money is tied up in that property until you get rid of that asset by selling it. So, most financial tools force you to trade one benefit for another, but whole life insurance is different. And again, that's why I call it the all that asset. So, properly structured dividend paying whole life insurance is one of the few places where you can get all three. Growth. You have steady, predictable growth. It's not based on market swings and is based on a contract with the life insurance company. That's what makes it so stable. You can access it. You can borrow against your cash value. You can use it when you need it. And guess what? There's no credit checks. There's no repayment schedule. You can pay it back when you want, if you want. And they don't ask you what the money is for. Now, if you're going to read the book that I've referenced and I'm going to continue to reference throughout this podcast called How to Become Your Own Banker, obviously paying back the loan is a best practice if you want to be what Nelson Nash calls an honest banker. And lastly, there's stability. It offers stability. Why? Because it's not tied to the stock market. It has guaranteed components, and top rated mutual insurance companies have earned profits year over year for the last 150 plus years through the Great Depression and the Great Recession and every market condition in between. Mutual life insurance companies have actually been around longer than the stock market. It's the safest bet out there. So, all those reasons are why it makes this combination of things work for banking. So, I mean, just think about what a bank does. A bank stores money, they lend money, and they earn on their money. And when you use the all that asset to implement infinite banking concept, I'm sorry, to implement the infinite banking concept strategy, you're starting to bring that function closer to yourself and your family. So, as always, tying this back to what my granddaddy said, my granddaddy didn't call it banking, but that's essentially what he was doing. He was saving consistently, he was keeping reserves, and he was using his money wisely. This just gives you a more efficient way to do that. So, here's the key takeaway: this isn't about replacing everything that you're doing financially. It's about creating a strong financial foundation that gives you more control and flexibility over everything else. In the next episode, I'm going to break down something most people never think about: why paying cash still costs you. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Wise Man's Dollar. This show is designed to spark curiosity about how people become their own bankers using properly structured, dividend paying, whole life insurance and the infinite banking concept. If you would like to go deeper, I have a private library of videos and resources that break this down in detail, including things most people never get taught about how this works. Just email me at wisemansdollar@gmail.com and I'll send you access for free. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment about what resonated with you. And share this with someone you care about, because wisdom grows when we pass it down. And remember, like my granddaddy always told me, any man can make a dollar, but it takes a wise man to spend it. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.